Okay, here is my latest MOC. This is my expansion for the Diagon Alley. This set that came last year had quite a few shops, but it didn't have Gringotts and it didn't have these four that I have right here. So I made a separate video for Gringotts that I made a few months ago, and I'm gonna focus on these four here. So we have Slug and Jiggers, Apothecary, we have the Magical Menagerie, we have Madame Malkins' Robes for All Occasions, and we have Eilup's Owl Emporium. And I used different styles for all four of these, and they're kind of unique, and I just basically first figured out what colors I wanted these buildings to be, because I wanted to have colors that would pop and kind of that way fit in with the style in the original set. And so that's the first thing I looked at. I just looked at what colors do I have and how much of each, like which ones could I possibly use. So these were the colors I picked, and then I just kind of used them to the fullest extent, really. So I actually got done with this thing here first, the smallest one, and I think it's very simple, but it's everything it needs to be. Like it kind of looks like an old church, and that wasn't really what I was going for, but it was still something that just kind of happened. And yeah, I feel like this could be one of the very old buildings in Diagon Alley, and it has this medieval look to it that's kind of similar to how old medieval churches were. And still, like this Gringotts that I made is heavily inspired from like cathedrals from the 1400s and things like that, because that's the period where Gringotts was supposed to be from. And so I took heavy inspirations from that, because that's the architecture that I had a year for when Gringotts was supposed to be from, and then I just kind of looked at the architecture from there that we still have, and then, well, a bunch of cathedrals. So I made Gringotts look like a cathedral, even though it's not, and never never was, not connected to anything religious. And this isn't either. It's just something that kind of ended up happening because I used these big drop the stone here. Okay, little pebble. Yeah, but I was kind of limited with these. But I used it, and I kind of like how it turned out. It works for what it needs to be. So I kind of figured that it could have a lot of windows just for the owls to go through, and I kind of view this little owl here as well, this could be just a statue, but well, the owls do need to stretch their wings. So they need to get out, and I'm sure they're so well trained that they could just come back and everything. But I can't keep doing that. Okay. Yeah, and like you see, I just continued the pattern that these original sets have, with how the street is kind of two studs wide in the middle, and then you just have a few studs and then plates in a pattern. So I just kind of kept that look so that they can fit together with the other buildings. And yeah, another thing here, I put these lamp poles that don't really, like, there were none of those in the original set, but I thought they kind of fit in with the style, because they did have these little lanterns scattered around the set in a few places. So I took that same build and put it here, but then I also added these poles. Now, as far as building goes, like I used a few techniques. For example, with these windows here, I used the same technique that was used in the original Diagon Alley set for Ollivander's, with just how you could just push in the windows like this, and it's a very sturdy way to have it, and it felt natural to use that kind of as a little nod, I guess. So that's what I did, and well, this is just something I made for decoration that kind of worked with the pieces I had in this color. So it pops a bit more when you have some decoration. And same goes for these. I didn't have enough of the one by one bricks, so I used some gray, and then I just covered it up with these. And I think that also kind of breaks up the wall or the facade a bit, and makes it kind of pop a bit more. So I think that's pretty important. And also, of course, break it up with some gray, just to make it look old and weathered. And the same goes for this building, where I used the dark gray in the same way in a few places. Yeah, and then also looking at this one on the outside, I just used a whole bunch of flags to decorate the front here, because I felt like that kind of fit, and it also hangs over the street like this, and so I used a lot of reddish brown in this one, and also the roof here. This roof is inspired from you know, the Ninjago City set, that first one that it had a roof using these. I don't know what they're called, these pieces where you can stick in Technic connectors on both sides, and I just had a bunch of them, and I made the roof like this to have it look like a roof. And it's also something that kind of is a problem, because if I want to have this next to a building that is taller, I do need to break a few of these off, and I've made it so that can easily be done. I just need to replace like a few of them with others, and just yeah, I just make it so that it fits even next to taller buildings. But the way it is here, this is just because it looks better, you know. So yeah, and if you put it next to, for example, that one, or no, I guess you kind of have to put it next to oh yeah, that one or that one or that one, that works. But this one here, or Gringotts that I made myself, they don't work with being next to this building here. So yeah, but that's not a huge deal. So anyway, have some. It also has some like. I think these fronts here, or these well, they're really window pieces. Like they're just kind of printed. I think these are also from the Ninjago sets, and here with the Apothecary Shop, yeah, I made it so that this, first I thought this lantern could be over here, but that kind of blocked off this shutter. So I put it up here instead because, well, I could. And I did want to include it because this exact type of lanterns they were used in the original set, so I felt like I had to have them somewhere. But it's kind of cramped. This one especially took me the longest to figure out, this shop, because I was limited in pieces and had to make the right color combinations to make it all work. And I wanted this door here to be like this diagonal. So I had this blue piece that I wanted to use for the door. You know, like, well, the door is green, but then there's the frame is blue. And then I had to use blue windows to match that, and yeah, I was kind of limited in pieces, but that's fine. And as you can see here, this sign here for Cauldron Sale, this is from the original Diagon Alley set, which I don't have, I just have a few pieces from it. And of course you can see I put up a whole bunch of cauldrons here, because, yeah, Cauldron Sale, they have a lot of cauldrons. And I'm very happy with how this kind of slanted sign turned out. So you just have these blue flag pieces that at this angle they look like if they're connected you can just have it go straight down. It looks like that at this angle, so I'm happy with how that turned out. So you just have these leaning down like this, and maybe I'll use some stickers to just to make a real sign. And the same goes for, of course, over here and over here. Like, I could use stickers to give these shops names and everything, because, well, they are supposed to represent actual shops from Diagon Alley. But yeah, I haven't made any stickers or bought any that would fit, you know, because I would like to have the real names for these shops, but, well, that's complicated. But anyway, let's look at the inside. And over here we have a whole bunch of owls. As you can see, I just made it so that they stack. They sit on these, well, I guess wooden rods, and it's packed with a whole bunch of different owls. And yeah, I thought about that as I was building this, because I knew this was going to be the owl shop. So yeah, I made it like this consciously with these pieces, so I could put in the places for the owls to be. And as you can see, I also used I broke up the red in the roof here with some gray, but that's mostly because I was limited in how much dark red I had. So and the same goes for this little thing. It's I kind of like how my limitation that I didn't have a real top piece here, or I didn't have any dark red, or I actually did have them in dark gray, but it looked better, I thought, to just break it off and have a continue the stone kind of here over the top. So yeah, I'm happy with how my limitation made me realize I could do something different. And here we have Madame Malkins, and I used, yeah, you can see here, wizard hats. This is also from the Diagon Alley set from 2011, and I have a whole bunch of hats in there. I don't know if you can really see it well, even though I have a light. But yeah, a few mannequins, and you can also see these wallpaper pieces that I have, and I used those. I actually have two of the Batman set that those wallpaper pieces came in. So I was able to really fill up the walls using those. And as you can see here, behind this, there's more. So yeah. And down here, I had the same pattern of sand green and white and a bit of gray for the floor, because just the plain dark gray just didn't look very good, I thought, for this shop that's supposed to be one of the nicer ones. And here I figured this is just a collection of different fabrics, you know. So a whole bunch of colors, and I just put those up there. And yeah, let's look at the interior of these. So we have the Magical Menagerie, more Ninjago pieces here with dragons. I just kind of filled this up with a whole bunch of animals. You can see the rats up there. I have a few birds here, just sitting, and a few cats and dogs in different colors and sizes, and a pig. Yeah. So yeah, I have two of the bigger. I guess these are from Scala. These cats, like this white cat over here, and then we have the more normal sized cats and the even smaller kittens. And here's a rabbit. I just kind of filled this up with animals, and a few of them I put in cages too, because I felt like, well, gotta do something, and I could build cages, so I just kind of did that. Even though I guess it's a bit dark with cages, and but I didn't really want to have it only in cages, so a few of the pets I had free roaming, and then a few of them I put in cages. I guess the more valuable ones, like this phoenix over here, although I guess it could just, like, phoenixes can just teleport, so maybe it's not a phoenix. I have a few dragons. That's maybe illegal. That's a little raptor in this white one, but maybe not necessarily a raptor in universe, you know. Niffler and a few birds and frogs up on top of the cage, and this little songbird in here. So yeah, looking at the Magical Menagerie as a whole, I really like how I was able to make these curves in the wooden beams. Oh, dog. It was easy with a brown, just because I have a lot of brown pieces. So that was not a limitation at all. I could just do whatever I wanted with those, and it was nice being able to get these nice shapes, and also the roof can just pop off if I want to. I can just do this. See, it just clicks right in. So that helps with putting in the cages, the ones that are hanging from the ceiling at least. Yeah, and it's very, very easy to just put it back in, and it sits nice and sturdy. Same system that was used in the Ninjago City set. And the Apothecary. So this is mostly just potion ingredients. I guess I have potions here, but like a few other things, like a few rocks and diamonds and stuff. And I use diamonds for the lids for these potion pieces, I guess, because I think that looks very nice. It's, I think, the best way to make potions, just to have a transparent round 1x1 bricks and like I guess they're called cylinder pieces, and just have diamonds as the lids. And over here you can see I also have a little table for mixing and stuff, and yeah, up here I have a troll's head. Maybe he wants to keep that out of sight. And also one of these actual nice potion vials, I guess, or bottles. Here are a few more. They don't really work well with shelves because they're too wide, so you can't really put them up on shelves like these. That's why I didn't do that. I have a whole bunch of them, but like I wasn't able to in a nice way fit them together in shelves as tight as I wanted, because they're just wide at the base, so it doesn't really work as well as with cylinder pieces. So that's what that is. And yeah, I guess you have these windows too. The windows in the top floor, they can open, but this one here, of course, is completely blocked by the shelves, so you can't really see much. But yeah. Anyway, it's like this, yeah. So anyway, that's basically this whole MOC. And of course, I need to display it to you together with the rest of Diagon Alley. So I figured I'll just move these like this over here, and I'll put my Gringotts over here, and I'll just move these. And let's see. Oh, that's the cauldrons. They're not they're not on studs, so there they went. Here we go. This is what it looks like, and I kind of like it. This is my Diagon Alley. And if we do get that actual Gringotts set to go with Diagon Alley, that would be super nice. If we don't get it, then I have my own. And I like this look. It just needs a few minifigs, and then it's all set. But yeah, those do tend to snap off. They're very loosely put in, so that's not very safe, but anyway, it's fine. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it gave you some inspiration for what you could do if you want to make your own Diagon Alley expansion to go with your Diagon Alley. And thanks for watching.